Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Hunty MUA. I am joined by my lovely mother, Misty.
Hi!
I am going to be letting my mom pick my makeup for my look this week. I am super excited about this, so I'm gonna have her pick out all of my products for me, and then I'll be back to create a look. She can either bless me with her knowledge or do me dirty and sabotage me with some stuff she knows I might not like, but it's gonna turn out amazing. It's gonna be super fun. I'm so excited. Thank you for coming on my channel. I'm super excited and we'll be back. Okay everyone, I am back. My mom picked out all of my makeup from primer all the way down to setting spray and everything in between. Some of these are some of my favorite things. Some of them are things I haven't used in a while or things that I have that I haven't tried yet. Over the past few years, as I've gotten further into makeup, my mom has kind of jumped out of her comfort zone and is super into it, which I think is so awesome because it's something that we can bond over. And I am so thankful for my mom. She is so supportive of me and has always been since I was a little kid. I am gonna dive right into this. The first thing that my mom picked for me is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. So I am gonna go ahead and go in with a few pumps of this. One thing I'm gonna use, she didn't pick this out for me, but it's just a tool. My mom actually got the Tati Blendiful for me for my birthday back in July. I have really found that I like using this to apply my not apply my primer, but I kind of put it all over my skin, and then I kind of press it in with this, and it just seems to get it into my pores a lot better. I think I saw Tati do that in one of her videos where she used her Blendiful. So once I've got some everywhere, I'm just gonna take this and kind of press it in. And I forgot to have her pick brow products for me. So I'm gonna kind of look in my brow stuff and kind of know what my mom would probably pick. Two of my favorites, my mom knows how much I love my Anastasia Brow Wiz. So I think she probably would have picked this. She probably would have picked this or either the Dip Brow Pomade, but she knows I'm not a big fan of pomade. So I think she would have picked this pencil. And then I, as well as my mom, am a big fan of Essence Cosmetics. I do think I have another product or two in here from them. So I'll use my clear brow gel from Essence. But I am going to fill in and conceal my brows off camera because you guys need to watch that. And then I will be back. So now that my brows are filled, I'm gonna go ahead and conceal them and attempt to clean up this monstrosity. But my mom picked the Hourglass Vanish concealer for me. I'm super excited she picked this. I did not urge her to pick any of the products that she did. This was all either stuff that she knew and likes or stuff that she wanted to see me try. I didn't urge her one way or another. She did good on this though because this concealer is fantastic. So I will be using this both for my brows and to brighten, conceal, and highlight later. I'm just gonna take this on a flat brush, conceal my brows, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. The brows are all concealed and filled. That's the best it's gonna get. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that right now because these bad boys need to be threaded, waxed, just shaven off. No, I would never do that. I don't think I can pull that off. But that's as good as it's getting with the brows today. Now that that is all done, my skin is already primed. I do like to go over my primer before I put on foundation just with a little bit of setting spray. My mom picked for my setting spray the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I have used this a couple times. I don't really think you can go wrong with any of Charlotte's products. Got fantastic lipsticks, really good pressed powder. I've yet to try the foundation. I've heard good things about everything that she has. So for foundation, I am going to be going in with the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I won't say this is, I mean, obviously it's not my favorite foundation. You guys know what my favorite foundation is, but it's not that I don't like this. I like this foundation a lot. It's very skin-like, it's very pretty. I'm gonna give myself a tan. I'm just blending this out with my Jaclyn Hill JH12 brush. Definitely going to have to fix this with some concealer. But God, the finish is just so pretty. Like, it's stunning. Stunning. I'm gonna take my Hourglass Airbrush Vanish Concealer. This is in the shade Birch. It is a lighter shade, and I am okay with that because this foundation is so dark on me. So this will kind of even that out a little bit. Thank heavens. And this is a super full coverage foundation, or this is a super full coverage concealer, I mean. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and blend out my concealer. This is super full coverage. Like, if you don't want a, you'll see. A dot of this concealer goes a long way. I obviously used more than a dot. So for cream contour today, my mama picked out the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Mocha. This is one of my favorite all-time products to cream contour with. I just warmed some of that matchstick up on the back of my hand first because it's a little easier to work with. I'm just taking this on a flat, large concealer brush. This is the F65 from Sigma. It's gonna carve out my cheekbones, my forehead, my jawline, and my nose. Okay. I'm just gonna take my sponge and blend this out. Okay. So I'm gonna take my concealer one more time. I'm gonna highlight the middle of my nose and go under my contour. Before I go in and set my face with setting powder, I always prime my eyelids, as you all know. Let me clean off the back of my hand. And for eye primer, my lovely mother has picked one of my favorites, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. So I'm just gonna put some of that on the back of my hand and then work it into my lids. And after I apply that to my lids, I just take it on a dense cream brush, or I take a dense cream brush just to kind of blend it out. This is the JH08. Blend that all over my lid into my brow bone, and I also blend it into my nose contour just a little bit. After my eye primer is all blended out, I'm just gonna go over everything one more time with a beauty sponge before I set my face. So for powder, my mom picked out one of my faves. This is the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Love this powder, no complaints, it's flawless. So I'm just gonna take my Laura Mercier powder on a damp beauty sponge. This is the Juno & Co. microfiber sponge. Go ahead and set underneath my eyes first. So next, I am going to go ahead and go in with some eyeshadow. For eyeshadow, my mom picked the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a fabulous palette. I haven't used it in a while, but it is gorgeous. This is a really good palette, and I just, like, there are so many things I could do, but I'm like, what should I do? While I'm trying to think about what I'm gonna do, I am going to take a little bit of the shade Tempura. That is just a white shade. I'm just gonna lay that down on top of my primer. So the first shade I'm gonna pick up is this. I'm gonna pick up the shade Burnt Orange, and I'm picking that up on a fluffy blending brush. This is an E35 from Sigma. And I'm just gonna take that all in the crease. So I'm just applying that all in the crease. A good rule of thumb to find where your crease is just take that brush and kind of press into the pocket between, you know, where your eyeball ends and your brow bone, and that's where the crease is. So I'm just taking that all through the crease. Next thing I'm going to do is take a smaller, denser, fluffy blending brush. This is the JH37. I am going to take the shade Rustic. I'm actually going to take the shade Cypress Umber, which is this warm chocolatey brown. And I am just going to focus that on like the outer V. Just kind of place this down before I blend it out. So then I'm taking the same blending brush I used for my transition shade and just buffing this out a little bit into the crease and just making sure it is blended. Okay, that is perfect. The next thing I'm gonna do might seem kind of scary. It is not, I promise. It's just a really quick and easy trick to add some more depth into your eyeshadow looks. So this is already pretty smoky as it is, and that's only using 2 shades. If you want to deepen it a little bit, make it a little bit more vampy, an easy trick to do, if I can find a brush, an easy trick to do is put down just the tiniest bit of black right inside the very, very inner corner and blend that out just a tiny bit. And it just adds so much more drama to the look. But yeah, a little bit of black will go a long way and just deepen it up, make it more dramatic. It's really, really easy to do. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Noir, and this is just gonna be on like a dense packing brush because I'm not really gonna do much blending with this until I get it there. You don't need a whole lot, honestly, so I'm gonna tap that off. And then I'm just gonna pack that just the tiniest little bit. Take that blending brush again. Bam. And that's it. Super, super simple. And next I want to take a shimmer shade, brighten up the lid a little bit. I can't decide what to use. I am going to go in with this sort of white gold shade down here. It's called Fairy. I am just going to take that on my ring finger and I'm gonna pack it all over the lid. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera and then I'll be right back. So now that that is all done, I'm gonna go ahead and work on the face a little bit more before I do my lower lash line. So first, I'm gonna go ahead and start with brushing all of this powder off and hope that my skin is intact underneath it. I'm feeling myself. I'm so sorry. So the next thing I'm gonna do now that my baking powder is all brushed off, at least I think it is, making sure it is, I am gonna go in with some pressed powder. I let my mom pick this for me, and this is one of my favorites. I don't know why I'm telling you all that I let my mom pick this for me. She picked everything in this video. My mom picked the Fenty powder foundation for my pressed powder, which I'm super happy about because I love this. I just like to go and kind of smooth out and brighten underneath my eyes and on my forehead and nose with this. And then honestly, just dust it all over the rest of my face. I pick it up just on my beauty blender. And I am all done with that. So once I do that, I like to go ahead and finish up my eyes just so I can get that out of the way. And I will, you see my process every time. So to finish my under eyes, I am gonna take a small little palm brush, and this is the JS12 from the Morphe Jeffree Star collection. I'm just gonna take that burnt orange transition shade and put it all underneath the lower lash line. I am going to take just a bit of that Cypress Umber, the chocolate brown shade, on like a dense little small tapered blending brush, and just kind of run that more along the outside portion. And the very last thing I'm gonna do, take the same brush that I picked up that black on. I am just going to take this right on the outer portion, my lower lash line. So the eyes are all done except for inner corner and brow bone highlight, which like I said, I will do later. And while we're still on the subject of eyes, I am just going to take a white liner. This is the NYX Epic Wear Liner Stick. And I'm just gonna brighten up my eyes and put this on the bottom lash line. I just put this all along the waterline, and that eye has it, that doesn't. So you can just see it kind of opens the eye up a little bit. So next I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up the face. For bronzer, Mom picked out the Benefit Hoola bronzer, one of my all-time faves. I think this might have been the first bronzer I ever used, I think, ages and ages ago. I am just going to take this on my F20 large powder brush from Sigma. And I just kind of work this into where my cheekbone sits naturally. You can kind of feel, you can blend this out more too, just to kind of warm up the face. When I'm doing makeup on myself, I like to sculpt a little bit more, which is why I cut my cheekbones so hard and focus this more on the cheekbones. You can literally take this all over the perimeters of the face, the cheekbones, the nose, your neck, everywhere. And then I am going to contour my nose. I'm just gonna take my JH15, this angled eyeshadow brush, to contour my nose. And before I continue, I'm gonna go ahead and take some more of my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I am going to cut and bake underneath my bronzer on my cheeks and on my nose. I'm gonna go ahead and do mascara and lashes. Curl my lashes just a little bit. This is my Tweezerman eyelash curler. And then for mascara, my mom picked out one of my favorites. This is the Pat McGrath Dark Star Mascara. Probably my favorite, if not my favorite. So for lashes, this is the part that I was actually kind of scared about, not because I don't trust my mom, but because I know my mom, and my mom is not a fan of false eyelashes. We both have pretty long eyelashes, thanks to some wonderful genetics. You don't necessarily ever need false lashes. I just feel like, especially because I usually go pretty heavy with my looks, it really completes a look and draws it together. But she picked one of my very favorites, the Miami Flare lashes from Lilly Lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and I need to clean these off actually. And then I'm gonna apply these off camera and I'll be back. So I am back and lashes are on, which means we are in the home stretch of this look. So I am going to go ahead and dust off the baking powder and we will finish up. So the next thing I need to do is put on some blush and highlighter and then a lip and we'll be all done. Actually, I'm gonna go backwards. I am going to run some brow gel through my eyebrows before I forget, because I always seem to forget about this somehow. So before I put my brow gel in, I just like to run a spoolie through them, get out any powder or excess product that is sitting in there. And then I'm just gonna take my Essence Clear Brow Gel, run that through them. Bring them a little bit more back to life since so much powder has gone through them with everything else I've put on. And then the brow gel just helps to keep them in place too, so the hairs don't go kind of astray with the shape that you've drawn in. Next though, I am going to go in with some blush. And for this next part, my mom actually picked the same product for blush and highlighter. This is the Head Rush Blush and Highlighter Duo from Haus Labs. This is in the shades Untamed and Intoxicate. So I'm gonna use this for blush and then use the highlighter as well. Wow, that's really pretty. That's really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face before I apply highlighter. That's just something I always like to do. And then for setting spray, I used it earlier, already talked about it a little bit. I'm gonna be using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. So I'm gonna go back into the Head Rush Duo and take the highlighter shade, which is called Intoxicate. I'm just gonna take this on my Anastasia A23 brush for highlighting. What I'm gonna do is I am going to take my Soft Glam palette and I'm gonna go in with the shade Glistening and put that on the nose. It helped a little bit. It's okay, you live and you learn. But really, really stunning blush and highlighter. Last but not least, I am going to go in with some lip liner and lipstick. For lip liner, I'm gonna be using the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner. This is in the shade Stockholm. So I'm just gonna line my lips with this. Alrighty, so the lips are lined. Yes, I do overline my lips quite a bit because I don't have a top lip. But for lipstick, I'm going to be using this Essence lipstick called This Is Nude. This is a absolutely stunning lipstick. Yeah, it's really, really pretty. So I'm just gonna go in with this. That's really, really pretty. Pigment is fantastic. It feels really nice on the lips. Essence is really, really great. All of their products are super affordable too. So if you haven't ever checked out Essence, go to Ulta, check out the Essence display. They've got so many great things. Highlighters, there's a really good highlighter from them. I think it's the Pure Nude highlighter. It's fabulous. They have some really good mascara, good lip products. Yeah, Essence is great. And then lastly, I am going to go in with my Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fenty Glow. And that is the final look. Thanks again for watching. Thank you to my wonderful mama for coming on my channel and picking out my makeup. Let me just tell you, she is so supportive, and I'm gonna try not to cry with my makeup done, but my mom has had my back since day one through all the ups and downs, and I couldn't be more appreciative of her supporting me in all my endeavors and this crazy journey with makeup that I have gone on. I had so much fun with this. I loved everything that I used in this. I really like how this look turned out. Really kind of sultry, dramatic eye, kind of a sun-kissed look on the face. I just had a lot of fun with this look, and my mom knows her stuff and she knows me super well. I hope you all enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe, share everywhere, like, comment, tell your friends. But I hope you had as much fun as I did, and please come back next week. See you all later. Bye.